Good evening and welcome back to NoQuipFootball here on NoQuip Sports. Today is the day, people. It is Super Bowl Sunday. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be great. And unfortunately, it is also the second to last episode of the year of NoQuipFootball here on NoQuip Sports. So strap in, folks. Today we're just going to talk about the NFL honors, and then we're going to move along, and hopefully we enjoy a very nice game won by the correct team, whoever you believe that may be. I did make all my predictions yesterday, so you can check that video out. I'll link to it. But anyways, folks, let's get right into it with the NFL honors. So first of all, Keegan-Michael Key, fantastic host. I'm so glad that he did it. The guy, I've been watching him for a long time, Comedy Central, Key and Peele. He does a great job. He had some killer moments throughout. His opening was absolutely hilarious. He kind of ripped on every single team a little bit, and he did a great job of making fun of Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott. He said something along the lines of, those Dallas rookies, they also look like Dallas veterans because they lost in the playoffs. I thought it was amazing. He obviously delivered it a lot better. He also did his NFL anger translator bit where he has this character called Luther, and he did a couple of things from some clips that happened throughout the season, which was hilarious. And then he played the clip of Josh Norman just talking about how number 88 sucks in reference to Dez Bryant when they were playing the Cowboys, and he was like, "Nope, I don't need to say anything more here. That was perfect, right spot on." And then Roger Goodell's anger translation was spot on. He went above and beyond for that one. That was really fantastic. And then his excessive celebrations bit by his other character, Hingle McCringleberry, talking about Odell Beckham Jr., the Atlanta owner, and then also Antonio Brown as well. But anyways, folks, on to the awards. Khalil Mack, Defensive Player of the Year. Definitely deserved it over some of the other defensive ends. It seems like a lot of defensive ends and linebackers are out there this year. He was so impactful. He kept the Oakland Raiders in it for a lot of those games. Obviously on the defensive side of the ball, not talking about Derek Carr, he obviously had a big hand in it. And you could tell because of the way that they crashed and burned in the postseason after he broke his leg. Dak Prescott, quarterback from the Dallas Cowboys, Offensive Rookie of the Year. That one's pretty self-explanatory. There is nobody else except for Ezekiel Elliott and maybe David Johnson who had a shot at that. Quarterbacks tend to win out over running backs especially. Joey Bosa, defensive end, San Diego, Defensive Rookie of the Year. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know an incredible amount about him, just mostly because San Diego was in such an incredible division with the Denver Broncos, the Oakland Raiders, and the Kansas City Chiefs all just outshining a lot of the AFC with the exception of the New England Patriots. So I don't know an incredible amount. Sorry, friends. Matt Ryan, quarterback, Atlanta Falcons, Offensive Player of the Year. He also won the Most Valuable Player in the league. From what I know, and this could be total BS because it came out of Skip Bayless's mouth, but apparently the last 7 out of 9 league-wide MVPs also lost the Super Bowl for when they were in it. So good news for the Patriots? I don't know, but I think it should have been Tom Brady still, personally. But that's another story. Anyways, folks, next, Dallas Cowboys offensive line got the Built Ford Tough Offensive Line of the Year. That was easy to figure out. Of course, they were going to get it. They've been traditionally the best in the league by far and away. Normally. So there you have it for that. Jordy Nelson, wide receiver, Green Bay, comeback player of the year. I believe he was out last year for something with his leg maybe, and then this year he also had broken ribs at one point in the playoffs, which probably was very, very painful and awful to deal with, especially because he had to wear a flak jacket that game. Frank Gore, running back, Indianapolis Colts, Sportsmanship Award, Sportsmanship Award for this season. I didn't see an incredible amount from him this year on the field, but from everything that I know in his past, he's been such an incredible player, and I do always notice that even when he trucks somebody down on the defense, he goes and makes sure that he gets them back up and has a nice conversation with them. So that's always good. Eli Manning, quarterback, New York Giants, and Larry Fitzgerald, wide receiver of the Arizona Cardinals, won the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award, leaving Greg Olsen out. I don't know. I've got my feelings about Eli Manning. I love Larry Fitzgerald. He's a great dude. They showed a lot of the video and things that they do around the league with children and all different types of groups. They talked about their story a little bit for each of them and things like that. Of course, we have the Hall of Fame class of 2017. This year we had LaDainian Tomlinson, running back, Morton Anderson, a kicker, Jason Taylor, a defensive end, Kenny Easley, a safety, Jerry Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, and also apparently he owns the Hall of Fame right now, which I don't know how that works. Maybe a little strange. I don't know. That's just me. Then you got Terrell Davis, defensive end, and then Kurt Warner, quarterback, who's also a sportscaster right now for one of the teams. So, which is really for one of the networks, which is pretty cool that he got that, because now they have a Hall of Famer on their show. Anyhow, folks, next they also had the top 5 plays of the year. So somehow, some way, I don't know how this happened, I missed number 4 because I was watching the whole thing, and I don't know if they played it or what. Anyways, the number 5 play was the pick 2 by the Chiefs' Eric Berry against the Falcons to win it, or at least to seal it up. And then, like I said, missed number 4. Number 3, you got the Antonio Brown reach over the goal line, fighting off 3 defenders against the Ravens to win that game and begin their playoff push. And that was actually a very pivotal game, too, because that was when Pittsburgh and Baltimore were tied for first because of the slow start with the lack of Le'Veon Bell. And yeah, that's basically what ran them into the playoffs, and then eventually losing to the Patriots. But that's another story. Number 2 was the Tyreek Hill punt return touchdown with he's on the Chiefs, and that was against the Chargers. Once again, that's another situation where I didn't realize that play would be that high up there because it was against the Chargers. But being that it was a divisional game, it was very important. So I can see how that made it. And also, that's really where people discovered Tyreek Hill as well, if I recall. Number 1 play of the year, Mike Evans, the one-handed catch on the sideline, the Buccaneers against the Falcons. That was actually hilarious because they called him up on stage, and Mike Evans had no idea that he was going to be picked as that play or anything like that. He had no idea what was going to happen, and he was just like, do I talk? What do I do here? And then he put together a really, it wasn't a bad speech, but he was just zero prepared. He had no clue at all. So that was a pretty funny moment in the NFL honors at nighttime. So, anyways, I'll get into my feelings on how that all worked out after we talk about the Super Bowl tomorrow, some point in the off season. But speaking of the off-season, folks, don't forget there's going to be a lot of fun coverage in this off-season, some off-season football stuff. You still have No Quip Hockey with my good friend Josh Glidden. We're also going to be going live for some PGA golf tournaments throughout the season. In addition to that, we'll be going and doing live for the Daytona 500, I believe. In addition, we'll be doing the Kentucky Derby. And then also, we're going to be doing a fun little series called Wings with Your Wingman or Your Wingwoman, depending on who comes with me. And we'll be just taste testing some wings from around the area and also around the country as well. So hopefully you get to check that out. That'll be a lot of fun. Also, you got I'm going to do a 1-month series for the NFL called 32 Days, 32 Teams. It's going to be a 2016-2017 analysis. Hopefully I can get that done the day or 2 before the draft so that you can see all what I think might be happening, and or at least what they should be going for, in my opinion. And then obviously you'll have some of your just regular off-season news and kind of happenings as things go. But anyways, folks, while you're all here, don't forget, please, if you have a moment, just make sure that you subscribe to this channel here on YouTube for No Quip Sports. You can also like us on Facebook, No Quip Sports, and follow us at No Quip Sports on Twitter. Once again, this is the second to last official video of the NFL season. Tomorrow we're going to do a recap on the Super Bowl. But as always, have a wonderful day. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Hopefully your team wins, or hopefully the team that you want to win wins, or hopefully the team that you don't want to win wins. Yeah, go football.